April 30, 1945. Adolf Hitler, once the most powerful man in Europe, put a gun to his head. The question is not only how he died, but how the world ever let him rise. This is not just history. This is the anatomy of power, manipulation, and destruction, and the story you were never fully told. Adolf Hitler was born in 1889, a sick child with a strict father and a mother he adored. He wanted to be an artist. Twice, Vienna's Academy of Fine Arts rejected him. Rejection, poverty, humiliation, they planted a rage that would one day engulf millions. In Vienna, he lived in homeless shelters, spending days sketching postcards and nights listening to racist pamphleteers who preached hatred. The city's anti-Semitism seeped into him long before he had power. When war came in 1914, Hitler finally found purpose. He carried messages through trenches under fire, was wounded twice, and decorated for bravery. But when Germany surrendered in 1918, he refused to believe it. To him, Germany wasn't defeated on the battlefield. It was stabbed in the back by haters and Jews. This lie became his obsession. After the war, Hitler found his weapon: words. He could hypnotize crowds, his voice rising and falling like an orchestra.
Den Lebensausdruck unseres Volkes und damit ein Symbol des Ewigen. Es lebe die nationalsozialistische Bewegung! Es lebe Deutschland!
Pulling thousands into frenzy. By 1921, he had seized leadership of the Nazi Party in the beer hall putsch. He revealed everything: hatred of Jews, dreams of empire, fantasies of racial purity. Few took it seriously. The world's mistake. Germany's misery became his ladder. Hyperinflation, humiliation, joblessness. Hitler offered a simple enemy and a simple promise: follow me, and I will make Germany great again. The Nazis mastered propaganda. Red banners, lightning symbols, staged rallies, every detail engineered to bypass reason and hit emotion. It worked. By 1933, he was Chancellor. Hitler weaponized three psychological triggers: fear of communism, poverty. Number 2, hope, restored pride, and belonging, the crowd's ecstasy. The cocktail made millions obey without question. Once inside power, he dismantled democracy piece by piece. The Reichstag fire gave him emergency powers. The Enabling Act let him rule by decree. Opponents were jailed, silenced, or killed. Camps like Dachau opened. The press, schools, courts, all bent to one man's will. Germany had a parliament on paper, but in reality, it had only Hitler. Hitler's worldview was not madness. It was method. He preached a hierarchy of races: Aryans at the top, Jews at the bottom, Slav as slaves. He demanded Lebensraum, living space in the East, to be cleared by conquest. Laws stripped Jews of rights, sterilized the disabled, silenced dissenters. His words were not empty. They became policy. Hitler didn't invent anti-Semitism. He weaponized centuries of prejudice into state machinery, turning common bias into industrial genocide. In 1939, Hitler invaded Poland. In 1940, France fell. By 1941, he returned on the Soviet Union in Operation Barbarossa. Behind the front, killing squads executed Jews, Roma, and civilians. Ghetto starved millions. By 1942, at the Wannsee Conference, the Nazis formalized the final solution: the Holocaust, the systematic murder of 6 million Jews and millions of others. The Nazis built factories of death. Auschwitz, Treblinka, Sobibor. The ideology of one man had become the apocalypse of millions. Hitler's dream empire began to collapse in 1943. Stalingrad bled his armies. Normandy opened a western front. Bombs rained in German cities. Yet he refused reality, issuing insane orders from his bunker. He was addicted to drugs, isolated, paranoid, a dictator trapped in his own delusion. On April 30, 1945, with the Red Army just streets away, Adolf Hitler ended his life. The man who wanted to rule the world left behind only ashes, ruins, and endless graves. Hitler's story is not just about the past, it's a mirror. It shows how democracies can die when fear triumphs over truth. It shows how propaganda can turn neighbors into killers. And it shows that evil does not come wearing horns. It comes wrapped in flags, in promises, in applause. Hannah Arendt called it the banality of evil. Ordinary people doing ordinary jobs, enabling extraordinary crimes. This is the true horror. Adolf Hitler is dead, but the forces he unleashed, hate, lies, blind obedience, they live whenever we stop questioning, whenever we silence truth. The lesson is simple: never again, never forget.